Welcome to today's Explainer. Picture this. You're sitting in a bright, modern classroom, natural sunlight pouring in. Maybe you're a ninth grade student right here in Pakistan, sitting at a neat study desk with a fresh notebook open, ready to go. Well, today we're laying the absolute groundwork for your science education. We're tackling Unit 1, the science of biology. And hey, let's really dive into this because it's not just about memorizing a bunch of textbook terms. It's about unlocking the actual operating manual for life itself. Now, I want to put you at ease right from the jump. We're following your exact textbook step by step. Think of this explainer as your perfectly organized one-to-one study guide. You don't need to stress over those massive walls of text. We're going to break down these pages together using the whiteboard to make every single concept crystal clear. So here's our game plan. We've taken that dense list of branches from the book and organized it into 6 simple themes: the foundation of biology, the 3 major fields, form, structure, and cells, functions, genetics and molecules, environment, history, and taxonomy, and finally, health and medical applications. All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the foundation of biology. What exactly are we studying? You know, what's really interesting here is taking a big, kind of intimidating word like science and turning it into an action. Because science isn't just a subject you take in school, it's a tool. It's a highly systematic way of studying the natural world. It relies entirely on making observations and running experiments. Why? To answer the fundamental questions about everything around us: the how, the what, the where, and the why. It's quite literally our method for finding the truth. And when we apply that amazing scientific tool to living things, well, we get biology. I actually love breaking down complex words, and this one perfectly shows how approachable the terminology really is. The word biology comes straight from ancient Greek. Bios simply means life, and logos means study or thought. So it literally translates to the study of life. It's that simple. So the crucial takeaway is that biology is the study of all living things. But it doesn't just stop at the laboratory doors. As your textbook points out, understanding biology actually helps us address massive, real-world issues, things related to human health, our food supply, and the global environment. It's a fascinating journey that scales all the way from microscopic bacteria up to the vast, complex ecosystems that cover our planet. Moving right along to Section 2, the 3 major fields, or as I like to call them, the pillars of biology. This really puts everything perfectly into perspective. First up, we have zoology, which is the comprehensive study of animals, how they're structured, how they behave, and their incredible diversity. Next is botany, the study of plants, covering everything from their growth and reproduction to how they interact with the world around them. And then microbiology. This is the invisible world of microbes. And here's a wild fun fact for you. You actually have more bacterial cells in your body right now than human cells. Crazy, right? Okay, on to Section 3, form, structure, and cells. We are zooming in. I want you to imagine we're taking a magnifying glass and then a microscope to living things. We start with morphology, which looks at the outward appearances, stuff like shape, color, and pattern, as well as internal organs. When we focus a bit deeper on internal physical structures, especially in humans, we enter the realm of anatomy. Let's zoom in even further with our microscope to histology, the study of tissues and their specific functions. And finally, we zoom in just about as far as we can to cytology. That's the study of cells, their organelles, and the incredible mechanisms of cell division. These are the literal building blocks of life. Which brings us to Section 4, functions, genetics, and molecules. Basically, the engine of life. Now, structure is just a snapshot, right? What happens when we actually press play? Well, physiology is all about the functioning of those body parts. For example, how your blood circulatory system is pumping vital substances around your body right at this very second while you're listening to me. Embryology takes us back to the very beginning, studying how an organism develops from a single fertilized egg, which is absolutely crucial for identifying birth defects. Then we have genetics, dealing with how characteristics are transferred from parents to offspring, which helps us understand and fight genetic diseases. And finally, molecular biology goes all the way down to the chemical level, studying biological molecules like carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, and nucleic acids. This is huge for helping us develop life-saving drugs. Let's pan out for Section 5, environment, history, and taxonomy, the big picture. To actually make sense of the world, we use taxonomy to classify organisms into organized groups based on their similarities, which helps us identify brand new species. Ecology steps back a bit to study the complex relationships between these organisms and their environments, illustrating how food chains transfer energy. Marine biology focuses specifically on the incredible biodiversity of life in our oceans, like those vibrant coral reefs. And paleontology, well, that lets us time travel. By studying fossils, scientists uncover evolutionary history, proving that giant reptiles like the T-Rex actually roamed the exact ground we're walking on today.
Speaking of deep time, I want you to just pause for a second and think about this number, 3.5 billion. That is the estimated age, in years, of the oldest known fossil on Earth. It's a cyanobacterium, perfectly preserved under immense temperature and pressure in geological formations. Just thinking about life existing, surviving, and evolving over 3.5 billion years, it's absolutely staggering. So we have this incredible wealth of knowledge spanning from microscopic molecules to billions of years of history. But as a focus student sitting there at your study desk taking notes, you might be asking, what's the practical application of all this? How does biology actually save lives today?
That perfectly leads us to Section 6, Health and Medical Applications, the real-world impact. This is exactly where biological concepts step right out of the textbook and straight into the hospital. It's essentially a three-step process. First, we have pathology. This is how we understand the enemy, studying the causes and effects of diseases like cancer to make accurate diagnoses. Second is immunology. That's understanding our body's own defense system, which allows immunologists to develop life-saving vaccines and treat autoimmune diseases. And finally, pharmacology. This is the study of drugs and their effects on the body, so we can synthesize new medications, like powerful antibiotics, to defeat bacterial infections.
As we wipe the whiteboard clean and close out today's session, I want to leave you with a thought straight from your text. Each branch we've explored today offers its own unique insights, but together, they contribute to a beautifully unified understanding of the incredible complexity of our planet. You now have the exact roadmap to your biology curriculum. So as you close your notebook today, I want you to ask yourself, if you could master just one of these biological branches to change the future of human health or our environment, which one would you choose? Think about it. See you in the next explainer.